I'm the whiskey, 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 the whiskey hunter.
Hey folks, welcome to the Whiskey Hunter. This week, I'm teaming up with Rainhard Brewing. Yes, beer. Trying something a little different. We're gonna try and pair some of Rainhard's beers with some of my bourbon and see if it works. Pairing bourbon, good bourbon, with good beer. Let's find out. Before we get started, to give you the lowdown on who Rainhard Brewing are, here is the founder, Jordan Rainhard.
Hey, welcome to Rainhard Brewing. My name is Jordan Rainhard of Rainhard Brewing, and this is our brewery here. So everything you see here has been in operation since 2015, serving the Toronto markets, specifically in the Junction area. The stockyards is what we call this. Producing everything from hoppy IPAs, stout, sours, to easy drinking pilsners. So we hope you enjoy what we make.
One last thing, folks, before we get started. If you're at home and you're doing, if I inspire you to do your own beer and bourbon pairing, you should have kind of a neutral beer to have in between the pairings to kind of cleanse your palate, so to speak. So I'm going to be drinking the 4 on the Floor Pilsner, which I've never tried. I'm going to try it right now. You should also crack one before you start your pairing. Just to kind of climatize the mouth. Get things going. Cheers, folks. Pilsner. Oh, baby. Nice and refreshing, nice and crisp. And I'm going to go to this throughout the review in between my different pairings, in between my different beers to kind of reset and bring myself, back to ground zero. Enjoy, folks. First up, folks, Rage and Love. Lemon Merengue Sour Ale with lactose. A sour ale, I don't know much about sour ales. I don't know much about beer, to be honest. But I'm gonna try to make this work with Knob Creek. So in the Rage and Love, you're gonna get a dose of citrus, a dose of vanilla, dose of lemon, and then the lactose apparently is gonna bring about some sweetness at the end of your sour beer. Interesting. In the Knob, you got that vanilla for sure. I'm thinking maybe the oak, a little bit of spice, a little bit of the brown sugar kind of sweet finish on this is gonna pair nicely with the Rage and Love. So let's just dive in there, folks. Never tried this before. Crack, look at the crack on that. Wicked looking cans, wicked names. You should check out all the beers by Rainhard. They have some deadly, deadly names on their beers. Here we go. Lemon Merengue Sour Ale with lactose. Oh, wow. Oh. Wow. I mean, I'm definitely getting that citrus burst. And you get the sour, but like they say, the lactose at the end is supposed to bring in some sweetness at the end. It's not too sour. It's not that kind of sour that makes you go that kind of sour. It's nice and sweet. I gotta stop drinking this because I got a pair. Okay, one more sip so I get the Rage and Love in my taste buds. Little sippy sip there. Okay, getting the lemon for sure. A little bit of vanilla going in with Knob Creek. Oh man. So the Knob, ooh, it's kind of bringing out that vanilla more in the Knob, and the spiciness is a little bit more contained because of the sour beer. It's kind of making the Knob even smoother than normal. I'm gonna go in for one more sip. Man, this is a nice beer. And it's working both ways now, because now the Knob is kind of making this sour even nicer. It was nicer when I first cracked it, but one more sip and then we're gonna go back to the Knob. I don't know how you're supposed to do these pairings. I don't know how many sips you're supposed to have. Oof, what a smooth beer that is. Back in with the Knob. Oh man, this is a tasty treat. This is almost like a dessert pairing. I can go back and forth with these all day. Folks, the Rage and Love Lemon Merengue Sour Ale with Lactose and the Knob Creek. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. This is a great pairing. One more sip. Should I do one more sip? Gotta finish the whiskey. You can't leave the whiskey in the glass. Ooh, very summery, very fresh. I'm on the beach, and then someone says, "Hey, do you want some hot bourbon? This is not gonna work." Oh no, it's gonna work. Folks, go try that pairing. Tell them the Whiskey Hunter sent you. Boom! Boom! Cleanse that palate. 4 on the floor Pilsner. Back to work. Next up, Rainhard's flagship IPA, Kapow. There it is, folks. You're gonna get some tropical fruits, peaches, citrus, moderately bitter, and apparently explosively delicious. So I decided to pair this with something a little lighter. The Basil Hayden, 40% ABV, just a little bit gentler, soft vanilla. I do get peach notes on this, orange zest, so maybe the fruit aromas from this will pair nicely with the aromas from this, and maybe my yin and yang idea will work here. This is kind of explosive, this is kind of gentle. Put them together, see what happens. Here we go, folks. First time having the Kapow. No, actually I had it years ago. I had it probably 5 years ago. It's been a long time. Woof. Here we go, Kapow. Whoa. Holy, what a character. Oh man, it's bold. Definitely get that tropical fruits, and just the strength of this. It's just kind of like kapow. One more sip. Make sure you got it all up in your palate. I'm gonna pair this with the gentler Basil Hayden's. Oh man. This, by the way, the Kapow is 6.5%. It's a strong beer. This is a not so strong average strength bourbon, but this is making the Basil Hayden's taste like a little sip of candy, like candy syrup. This is wow. One more sip. And it's even making this IPA taste better to me. I don't know if I love IPAs, but it's just magical. The bourbons with the beers is just magical, folks. This is a great beer, the Kapow. One more sip, make sure. You get that little bit of bitterness, but the tropical fruits are strong, and they said it's explosively delicious. It's delicious, it's strong, it's bold, makes you feel like doing that. And then comes along the Basil Hayden's. Oof. Oh, it's like someone just putting a little bit of hot caramel fudge. Hot caramel fudge, is that a thing? Like just a little topping on top of your already great dessert. This Basil Hayden's and this Kapow, folks. I'm telling you, Kapow. Basil Hayden's, Kapow, do it! This is working for me. I'll try one more sip because I gotta finish my whiskey. I'm not gonna talk anymore though. Kapow, and then, smooth. Palate cleanser. back to work. Next up, our final beer, the Sweetbacks Milk Stout. Before we get into this, I was at the brewery at Rainhard with Jordan, and he gave me kind of the lowdown on how they make the stout. So check this out.
Okay, what we got here is a almost finished product, the Sweetbacks Milk Stout, which is what we use for our barrel-aged, bourbon barrel-aged stouts. So I'm gonna do a little quick sample. Straight out of the fermenter, doesn't get any fresher than that. This then transfers over to the bright tank where we package it by introducing carbonation.
Here we go. Sweetbacks Milk Stout, smooth and creamy. I'm gonna pair this with good old Bullet Bourbon, which has a nice long dry finish. Maybe the dry finish with the smooth and creamy might work good together. Let's check it out. There we go. Sweetbacks coming at you. Oof. Oh, wow. I think I just nosed my first beer. I never really nosed a beer. Oh, they said you get mocha and coffee. I'm getting mocha and coffee. Oh man. Wow, this is like a breakfast beer. They didn't say very smooth and very creamy. My God, it's like very much like Guinness, but that what you get on the nose, that mocha and coffee is something else. I already poured myself up with the Bullet Bourbon. Let's see what happens here, folks. Last pairing of the night. I already know this is going to be good. Here we go. It just makes all the zing from bourbon, all the spice, just makes it go away. All the Rainhard beers tonight, but especially the Sweetbacks. Man. Ugh. That's why they come put me to sleep. So creamy, so smooth. And then the Bullet, which is 45% ABV. You're expecting a little bit of a punch here? Nuh-uh. It's just like paired to perfection, folks. Thank you, Jordan, for the recommendations. Pairing all these beers with bourbon. Man, oh man, man alive. You gotta check this out, folks. Sweetbacks and the Bullet Bourbon. 3 out of 3, Rainhard Brewery. 3 out of 3. There's one more thing I want to try before we end the pairings for the night. So check out this video.
Okay, so what we've got here is a stout aging in bourbon barrels. So these 4 barrels are 4 Roses bourbon, ordered directly from the distillery. As soon as they empty the bourbon out of the cask, they ship it out to us, so it's nice and fresh. The wood's still wet. We then take our base stouts, fill them up, let them age out there for about 9 to 12 months, ready to go. Full on bourbon, oak, vanilla. It's nice.
So they take their stout and they age it in whiskey barrels. I gotta try that. But I got this idea. I'm not gonna tell you who gave me the idea. He's someone that was hanging out near Rainhard Brewing when I was there, to get the stout. Get in my glass here. Look at the color of this thing, folks. Just a little bit. Pour that up and take some of my Bullet Bourbon. Instead of pairing back and forth, I'm just gonna dump kind of a 1/4 of an ounce, I don't know, this much of an ounce, that much Bullet Bourbon into the stout. Let it age for a second here, and then give it a little sippy sip. See what happens. Kind of like a car bomb, mini car bomb. Call this a Whiskey Hunter surprise, folks. Oh my God, I'm gonna put the rest of the bourbon here. A little mixy mix. You can stick your finger in there too if you want. Make sure you give it a little. Cheers, folks. Don't try this one at home, or do try this one at home. Oh dear. Sweetback's Bullet Bourbon. Cheers, folks. Beer and bourbon. So, is it a thing? I'm thinking it's a thing. If you're in Ontario, if you're in the Toronto area, get down to Rainhard Brewing and get some of these beers. I tried 3 tonight. They have a whole stack of different beers that I haven't tried that you should try. But the beer and bourbon thing is a thing, folks. On a Friday night, you want to have some fun. Get to Rainhard, get some beer, get yourself some bourbon, and just start pairing them. A lot of fun. Kind of plays with the palate, and look at me, I'm happy. I gotta go. I'm gonna be up soon with the babies. Jordan from Rainhard Brewing, thank you very much, man. Thanks for taking the time. I annoyed the shit out of him for a couple weeks. And thank you, folks, for watching. Please keep watching. If you like the video, then like it, share it, comment. Please subscribe. Keep up with the Whiskey Hunter. And lots more fun stuff coming your way soon. I gotta go. I'm the whiskey, the Whiskey Hunter.